Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. And in this episode, I'm going to give you some great tips of what kind of questions you should expect during green card interview. So, what will they ask at your green card interview? Because you've been selected for further processing, you filled in by now maybe your DS-260 form, you've been asked to submit it, you've submitted it, you've gone for medicals, and all your certificates have been verified and approved, and you've been scheduled for interview. So what should you expect? So here are 10 basic types of questions you should expect at your green card interview. So the green card interview is typically the final step in the process of applying of US lawful permanent residence, whether you are applying at an overseas US consulate or embassy or a US CIS office in the United States. So before making a decision on your application, the immigration authorities prefer, with a few exceptions though, to meet the applicant in person. So that gives them a chance to review all the application materials, view any original documents that you have brought to show, and ask any relevant questions. So how many questions you will be asked depends partly on what category of green card you are applying for. So, for example, in order to obtain a green card through marriage, the interview process will be particularly rigorous, as the officials need to make sure you are not committing marriage fraud. And by contrast, a clear cut case of an applicant who will be working for the same US employer through which he or she received um, H-1B visa can expect fairly light questioning. So here are most likely questions you will be asked. So first one can be, may I see a photo identity card? So here you will need to prove that you are who you claim to be. If you said, I'm called Latifa Felicia, do you have ID to prove that you are so, so, and so? If you are said you are born in such a country or a country at such a date or duration of time, do you have proof? So they will ask to see photo identity card. So the second one will be, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So the interviewer will normally start by having you stand, raise your right hand, and make this oath. So it means that you will be guilty of perjury if you lie or give false information during the interview. That is why I say don't lie to the US immigration and expect them to give you a visa. Always tell the truth. So the third question you might expect is, what is your full name? Sounds obvious, right? But you can expect these and some other questions that are straight off the forms you filled out. So similar questions may include, where were you born? And when did you last enter the United States? Though the interviewer probably isn't learning much from the answers, there is always the chance that he or she will catch someone at a chance that someone at trying to commit a fraud who messes up the name, address, or other basic information. So, have you ever committed any crimes? Is the next question you can expect. So, a criminal conviction on your record may be grounds for a finding of what we call in a dismissibility, that is ineligibility for a green card. So although you will have had fingerprints taken if applying for adjustment of status in the United States, or provided police certificates if applying through consular processing in a country where such certificates are available, there is always the chance that someone has a crime on their record that wasn't revealed in this report. So this is the interviewer's opportunity to find out about it. So the next question you can expect is, have you ever been arrested? Many people will say no to having committed a crime, believing that their arrest led nowhere, when in fact the arrest had consequences that would lead to a finding or of an admissibility. So you can check on the description box to see an article of what happens if I lied about criminal history on a US visa application. Oh, the next question you can expect is, have you ever voted in the US? So this too is meant to reveal whether you are inadmissible as someone who has falsely claimed to be a US citizen. So the next question you can expect is, has anything in your life changed since you submitted this application? So, if for example you have a new address, have married or divorced, have changed your legal name, have lost or switched jobs, and so on, you will need to make sure that your immigration file reflects the latest information. That's why I said on your DS 260, if you're filling it, if there are any changes you did not fill in on your main original application, maybe a new marriage, a newborn baby, or a divorce, or anything, you need to capture it on your DS260. And of course, they want to know if you changed job, as I said, switched job. So make sure that your files has the latest information. So bring documentary proof of the change. If it was a marriage, do you have an original marriage certificate? If it was a newborn baby, do you have their birth certificate indicating that you are the original parent? If there was an adoption and such. And of course, consult with an immigration attorney if there is a possibility that the change impacts your eligibility of a US green card. The next question you can expect is, have you received an employment authorization document? That is EAD. So this applies only to applicants for are already in the US adjusting their status. So if you have received what we call an EAD authorization document, employment authorization document, and you have been working, that will help your application by showing that you are unlikely to become a public charge. Public charge means you depend on the government financial assistance, so which should make you inadmissible. But if you have been working without having received an employment authorization document EAD, that is a violation of your status and could create problems for your green card application. So you need to see an attorney. So another thing is a marriage case only. They can ask if you're married, where did you meet your spouse? So this is just one of the many questions that both the immigrant and the US spouse will be asked if the application is for a green card based on marriage. So expect many more, such as, how many people attended your wedding? What did you do for the most recent Valentine's Day? And what did you eat for dinner and dessert last night? What color of underwear was your wife putting on today when you are coming for the interview? What side of the bed does your spouse sleep? Does she or he have any birthmark on their body? So for more possible questions, see the description box on marriage-based green card interview, so that they will need to confirm how well do you know your spouse. Do you know their favorite color, their favorite food? What do they like putting on mostly? What are their weaknesses? What type of clothing do they wear most? What side of the bed do they sleep? And such petty question you might not think of. So if you are really married, you will know your spouse deeply. You should know their family, anything, so that you will prove to them that your marriage is not fraudulent. So the next question you can expect is, have you brought any document to show me? No matter what category you applied for a green card in, you will be required to bring along various sorts of documents. Examples might include pay stubs or a recent tax return to show continuing employment, evidence of your shared life in a marriage case, like pictures on different occasions, and so on. So carefully review the instructions you are sent before the interview. Make copies of any documents that you want to keep the originals of, or the officer's file. So I hope this was helpful. It gave you at least a glimpse of what to expect during the interview itself, and what you should prepare. So make sure if you're married, have all those certificates to prove that your marriage is legal, all the pictures from different occasions, know your spouse well, children, have the certificates, and anything I've captured in this video. Thank you, and remember, as always, a like is always appreciated. Turn on that post notification bell and hit the subscribe button so that you will be notified when we post our next video. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in your DV journey, and I wish to see you in the land of honey, as they call it. Bye bye and good luck.